Hello, beautiful soul. I hope your day today is magnificent, as it should be, as you deserve it to be, because this is your reality, and you're the creator of it. So, today, I was inspired by a Julian Blanc video, and I know we all go through this, especially me, where I struggled with feeling worthy and feeling not good enough. And I think that's just part of the normal cycle. It's one of the things we get to experience here and learn and evolve from. You ever been there? Think about it. From the moment we're born and we get some consciousness, all of a sudden, as we expand our consciousness and grow, and we get introduced to things like Instagram, and we see people with 50 million followers and whatever, right? We start to wonder what's worthy, start to compare, and that ends up being our thief of joy. So how do we overcome that feeling and alchemize it? This feeling of not good enough, and shift our beliefs that we are worthy? Great question. Well, turns out when you're born, right? Think about this for a second. As a baby, you don't expect anything from a baby. I mean, people even post pictures of their babies and they get tons of likes, right? I mean, I guess if you have a following already, it might be a little different. Either way, the baby's just being a baby. It's worthy for being a baby. Like, it's just a baby. It's automatically worthy. Your birthright is worthiness. Now, here's the reason why we fall into this spiral and trap of not feeling good enough is because the moment we're born, there's literal courses on not being good enough. Like, everything you step through and learn, you look at Instagram, you go to school, you go to other people's opinions, and all of a sudden you start to absorb it and you start to believe that these people, or maybe even your bullies or whatnot, hold power over your worthiness. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because anybody's opinion of you is not your business. And whoever is not in full celebration of your fullest expression of self, they're not meant for you. Okay, sayonara, motherfucker. And their opinions don't matter, even if they're compliments. That shouldn't justify your worthiness based on how many compliments you get. So here's some of my notes. Story time. Alchemizing story time. Let's get it from my notebook here. And I'm Ventzi. I'm your divine feminine empowerment and spiritual awakening coach, and I'm here to move you from the fear and blocks that you have in your life from living to your fullest expression, so that you can step into the freedom of doing it. From trauma to transcendence, walking through and navigating these triggers and shadows and overthinking thoughts and pain from the past, to alchemize it and show gratitude to it, because thank you for showing me the path I want to be on, the contrast from trauma to transcendence, while I support you falling completely in love with your life and unconditionally falling in love with your life. Without the condition, you can stay in the vibration of love. And just when you think you can't take another step, I'm going to go ahead and give you a shove, of course. Off the cliff, so you can fall in love with yourself. I gotta watch you fly out of the nest. So, all right, let's get it. So, what do we have here? Let's break this down in my notes. I'm just gonna read you the whole page. F it. How to be okay. How to feel the feeling of ease and relax. I wonder why I started that off like that. That was nowhere even in the video that I was watching. What if you were the ideal? What if you, who you were, was the ideal that everybody idolized and wanted to be. Oh, you're worthy of it all. You're beautiful, worthy. Who you are is amazing. You're the goal. What if the goal, though, was to feel not good enough? Right? What if you're already the ideal and now you feel too good, so now you want to feel less good? Because it seems like that's what everybody's doing and imposing on themselves, is everybody's trying to find a way to feel not good. They're trying to find feelings of feeling less good. Why? Right? So then what would that mean if you're the ideal? Well, guess what? It means you're already worthy. It's your birthright. Like I said, look at a baby. As you develop consciousness, though, again, from being a baby, you literally start to buy into other people's perspectives and beliefs. Again, there's literal courses everywhere you go on not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, and you buy it. And guess what? What you pay your attention to is what you're buying into. And not just that, law of attraction states what you pay your attention to and your feelings and your emotions and how you feel about stuff, you're buying it into your reality, bringing it forth, calling it forth. You're shifting to a reality where what's in your active vibration and you have running on an engine, on a train track, that train with the belief that you are not worthy, that you are not abundant, that you don't look pretty. And guess what? The book Psycho-Cybernetics, by the way, by Maxwell Maltz, who used to be a plastic surgeon, he would do plastic surgeries on people and give them like the best noses ever. And they got exactly the nose they want after the surgery, yet they still didn't like themselves. They still didn't like their nose job, even though it looked amazing. Why? Because their own belief and self-worth and self-value, their self-image didn't change. The image may have, the physical. So guess what? What does that mean? It means you don't need anything on the outside to shift your perspective and your beliefs. You literally have control over your mind, your thoughts, behaviors. Why are you giving your power to somebody else's perspective and opinion? Don't matter. So, if you're buying things into your reality that you're paying attention to, that's going to suck. Start paying attention to things that you do like. And you know what? Better yet, pay attention. Have the awareness. Put the awareness. Shine the light on that shadow. Because shame and guilt and unworthiness and all these negative things, they grow in the dark. All that pain and suffering. Come on. You're letting it grow there. That's why it's called shadow work, inner work. Your shadow's growing and expanding and hurting and screaming. And it's painful to look at that. It really is. Even the things that you did wrong, right? Cringe at the stuff from 10 years ago when you didn't know better. Just part of the process. However, if you let it sit there and you don't shine light and look at these areas and say, hey, I need to give myself a resolution. I need to start looking at this, that I am whole and complete. I am worthy. Why am I avoiding it? Where is it coming from? Because in second grade, somebody told me the shirt that I picked out for the first time, because my mom let me pick the shirt that I wanted to wear, they told me that they don't like my shirt, that it's a silly shirt in second grade. And ever since then, I've started to struggle. And now I can't feel comfortable picking and wearing a cool robe because someone may not like it. Like, you gotta look at that trigger and that shadow and ask, where did it come from? And here's the thing, there's no other work you really need to do besides put awareness on it. And yeah, and it hurts to look back at those memories. They may not be pleasant. However, they serve a purpose. And that purpose is for you to now where you are, is you can feel safe within yourself. You can grab your inner child's hand and say, it's okay. We are going to walk this path, and we're going to step through the fire, and we're going to believe in ourselves, and we're going to do the things that we like, because now we understand that, well, other people's opinions aren't our business. They really don't matter. And on the other side, anybody's opinion of you, by the way, if they have one, they're not going to have it for long. The moment you leave the vicinity, the moment they go home and go to bed at night, they're not thinking about you. Like, how often do you find yourself thinking about someone that hardly made an impact on your life? They wore something silly. Even then, even if you do go to bed and like remember the memory of the day and like, oh, somebody did something funny or something was a little off, a day or two later, old news. Doesn't even matter. So stop holding on. Stop holding yourself back. Look within. Don't be afraid to dig up that shadow and deem your worthiness, because remember, everything is a belief. And what you believe to be true about your reality will constantly keep showing up. So you're already worthy. Make you the ideal. Buy into you and lead by example from a place of love. Not to be better than everyone else. And love towards yourself. And make that a feedback loop for yourself. Because when you start showing up in the world, your whole reality will shift, because you're showing up truly to yourself in your fullest expression. And earlier today, I was playing League of Legends. I haven't played in a couple weeks. I played yesterday. I've been really focused on my business. However, today I went on a Discord call and everybody's like talking about relationship issues. I actually had the chillest like Discord players, which is dope. And I am stepping into a lot more like relationship communication stuff. And it was funny because like everybody was like kind of helping each other out, which was really cool. And then I was kind of like, man, I have all the answers, but I'm also playing the game. So I'm like, I can't really like, and then I felt kind of like, because I know I had to hold myself back. So I don't want to give any unsolicited advice. I listened, and then when the time came, I let somebody know who was talking about this woman who recently was like divorced or something, and he was like too worried about like her actions and like if she's moving too fast, and he's like worried about her lifestyle and stuff like that. And we kind of also narrowed it down to like, because his question was what do I do? Like, how do I move out of the friend zone or ask her out? Like, like how do I continue this? And me and this other girl just went through a divorce too. Like, she was talking about it, and she helped him out. And then the real thing is like, yo, just express vulnerably. Like, and I let him know, I'm like, it's your sacred responsibility to own your voice and be responsible to share your feelings and express yourself, because the longer you hold on to that, the more you suppress it. The harder it's going to ever be for you to ever show up. And I also let him know, like, you don't want a partner who can't join you in relationship, who can't express their vulnerability to you also, who isn't willing to compromise or shift and work with you and also be vulnerable, because that's how healthy relationships are established. Not by running around and beating around a bush and being avoidant and hiding. And honor yourself and step through it. And his fear was a little bit of rejection, although he kept saying, I'm not really worried about the rejection so much. Then let her know. And I let him know, like, get creative and ask her out. You get to have fun and creating this way you want to ask her out. You just get to have fun with it. And the girl helped him out too. She's like, and that's what I was going to say too. Like, so what if she says no? You just save yourself a lot of time. Good. Weren't meant for you. Maybe you're going to avoid a dumpster fire relationship. So congratulations. Right? How did I get on that? I've been focusing on making like more late night sessions lately, just because like I get in these like loopy states and I'm normally like more, you know, I mean, still am like more motivational, but not but, and I tend to get in like this weirder, more vibey flow state, and I'm not as focused, so I enjoy this type of content. It's a little fun. It's way more, I do get more anxious though, and I do have some more anxiety around it because I know I'm not as prepared. However, I know whoever this is meant to hear it will. And I can either decide, maybe I don't put this video out. However, if there's that one person that needed to hear this message and was struggling with worthiness and not feeling good enough and not feeling good enough to ask that beautiful woman that they want to go into relationship with, and they'll never find out unless they don't try. That's what this is for, right? And it's funny because that guy actually recognized, like, oh, I totally get what you're saying. I should go and let her know and, you know, not waste my time and honor myself in this and express myself. Like, yeah, don't hold back. So take that for today on your journey, alchemizing session. All you have to do is start buying into the course that you want, not the course of other people's opinions, and not feeling good enough. Because not everybody, a lot of people are finding ways to not feel good enough. Start focusing on those victories. Start finding ways to feel good enough. Even me, I've gone through it, and it's not perfect. I don't have it 100% down either. I do focus on the victories, and I remind myself whatever's showing up, I know has a reason, and I can choose to look at it as something that's really negative, but am I going to focus on the negative, or am I going to know it's going to serve me? And I'm going to deliberately co-create and choose consciously that this thing that's showing up is not in alignment with what I would prefer, and I'm neutrally going to feel about it. I'm going to feel neutral and not give it any energy. It's just there, it's just being there. I feel nothing negative or positive about it. I just let it be, and I'm going to go focus on what I do prefer and what I do like, and the feelings that do feel good to me, like love, happiness, joy, excitement. And through that, I'm going to attract more things that bring me those things. And if you struggle on finding those good feelings, look around you and find areas in your life where you can. Start small. And then focus and meditate on it. You know, and that's why meditation's so good, because you get to become familiar with the feeling. And you can bring it here now. So you envision the future that you want. What does it feel like? Well, even if you got the thing, guess what? You're still going to want more. And on top of that, 10 years later, after you've already had the Ferrari, it just feels normal. I bet you have like 6 Starbucks cups in there. Right? Before you took it to somebody to detail the car. So just relax, ease in, and find feelings. And what I mean by that is, by the Ferrari and the Starbucks cups, is you actually are now in a neutral place. Because it's been 10 years. It just feels natural for you to have it. You're no longer wanting the thing. You're no longer striving for it. Okay? Love and light vibration out. Have a wonderful, magnificent, transformative, alchemizing day. Like and subscribe. And let me know how I helped you in the comments. Or if there's anything else you want to hear more about. Love and light vibration out. Bye.